Killing family members in the Harry Potter universe actually happens a lot more than you think. I was genuinely surprised when doing the research for this video to find more than one person who took out one or more of their relations across the course of the 7 books. As per this video's title, I've found 5 wizards who managed to do it, and the reasons behind each of them are all quite different. So with that being said, let's get straight into this video and kick it off with number 5, Bary Crouch Jr. Bary Crouch Jr. was a devoutly loyal follower of Voldemort. In fact, he had actually considered him a father figure in himself, something I don't think Voldemort would have been aware of, as the Dark Lord had no interest in any sort of paternal relationship. But Barty saw him in that light, even more so than his own father, Barty Sr. Barty resented his father for having little time for him and essentially forcing him into a career he didn't want with the Ministry. He found his true calling, however, with the rise of Voldemort, and after the Dark Lord disappeared, Barty went on a relentless search to find him, a search that brought he and 3 other Death Eaters to the Longbottoms. Barty participated in the torture of the Aurors by means of the Cruciatus Curse, and you can imagine his father's disgust and embarrassment when he was tried and sent to Azkaban for his crimes. Still, upon his wife's dying wish many years later, Barty Sr. took her to Azkaban and switched her body with their son by means of Polyjuice Potion. Barty Jr. was placed under the Imperius Curse and forced to wear an invisibility cloak until Voldemort freed him from the spell. While at Hogwarts under the disguise of Alastor Moody, Barty found his father on the Marauders map and killed him during the events of the Triwizard Tournament. He then transfigured his body into a bone and buried it right outside Hagrid's cabin. Next up at number 4, we have Bellatrix Lestrange, who not only killed 1 but 2 family members in order to prune her disgraced family tree. Bellatrix, as we know, was an avid pureblood supremacist and churned at the thought of the mixing of magical and muggle blood. Considering her cousin Sirius a blood traitor for leaving his family and aligning against Voldemort in the First Wizarding War, she took advantage of a moment of vulnerability during the Battle of the Department of Mysteries when she fired an unknown offensive spell at Sirius, hitting him so hard that it knocked him backwards through the veil, sending him to his death. She followed this up during the ongoings of the Battle of Hogwarts when she met her niece Nymphadora Tonks for the 3rd time, taking advantage of Tonks' rustiness due to her inactivity from childbirth, dispatched her niece rather quickly, and what's worse, took immense pride in doing so because it was a direct command from Voldemort himself. As we also know, this was considered a massive achievement for Bellatrix for simply pleasing Voldemort alone. 2 out of 2 for Bellatrix, showing how little she cared and just how ruthless she truly was. Coming in at number 3, we have Albus Dumbledore, aka Credence Barebone. Now, Aurelius, or Credence, whatever you want to call him by, was the only living wizard to be able to control his Obscurus, and he used it quite effectively. He actually tried to, but was unsuccessful in killing his own uncle, Albus Dumbledore, something I only remembered when making this video. I have to say it was a very entertaining scene, but the topic is family members that were killed, so let's get on with it. When he was known as Credence, he was subjected to physical abuse by his adoptive mother, Mary Lou, which in turn caused the development of his Obscurus. The consistent abuse caused Credence to actually grow in power, and in the final confrontation between the two, Credence lashed out, releasing his Obscurus and violently launching Mary Lou against the wall, killing her. Due to the inflicted wounds on her face, it seems it was the power of Credence alone that killed her. He showed no regret whatsoever after killing Mary Lou, highlighting just how awful she truly was to him. Unfortunately, our time with Aurelius, or Credence, and his story is over due to the Fantastic Beasts series being cancelled, something I don't think many people are too unhappy about. In at number 2, we have Lord Voldemort, who, as we know, wasn't shy in killing people, let alone his own family members. The Dark Lord would go through anyone in order to ensure that he achieved his goals. Back when he was known by his birth name of Tom Riddle, the boy had spent a lot of time trying to unlock his past, having no real idea where he came from. He was initially ashamed that his magic came from his mother's side due to her simply giving up her mortality. He viewed her as weak, he viewed her as an embarrassment, so he didn't want to be associated with her. It was only when Tom visited his magical side of the family, the Gaunts, did he discover his parental heritage. Tom's father lived in the same village up in Riddle Manor along with his grandparents. So, Tom decided to go and confront his father, holding resentment against him for a lifetime as an orphan, never knowing where he truly came from. He killed his father along with his grandparents upon arriving at Riddle Manor, and he left without leaving a trace. He used his father's murder to create a Horcrux, using the Gaunt family ring to store his soul inside. Even upon his return to power, Voldemort violated his father's grave by taking one of his bones to be used in his rebirth ritual, further highlighting his hatred towards the man. So guys, it's time for the #1 spot, and it's probably not a difficult guess to know that it was, of course, Dumbledore, or Dumbledores, and the death of their sister Ariana. Yeah, I've said Dumbledores as both brothers were involved with the demise of their youngest sister, with Albus planning on leaving to go and achieve world dominance with Gellert Grindelwald. He was doing so at the expense of his younger brother Aberforth and sister Ariana, an obscurus, although nobody was really aware of it at the time. Aberforth blamed Grindelwald for corrupting his brother in addition to using dark magic to achieve his means. He confronted Grindelwald and Dumbledore together, which resulted in a three-way duel, in saying that it was Aberforth and Grindelwald dueling, with Albus trying to intervene and subdue the effects of each wizard's spell. The duel came to a climax when they became locked in a build-up, and all three deflected their spells into one devastatingly powerful combination, which was unknowingly directed at Ariana, killing her instantly. Dumbledore never really knew whose spell it was that killed his sister, but he found it a lot more difficult to live with the pain of not knowing whether he killed Ariana or not. A large part of him believes it was his spell, and his brother Aberforth has to live with the same guilt, but still blames Albus for the whole thing. Anyway guys, there you have it. 5 wizards who killed their family members. That was literally all I could find. If you can find anyone else that killed their family members in Harry Potter, then feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you all for the next video.